This is a very weird product, but kind of cool. If you didn't get it from the title and thumbnail, this is an adapter for Switch 1 Joy-Cons to work on the Switch 2. Pretty simple. So let's just open it up, hopefully without cutting myself. I'm not used to AliExpress products having like a actual plastic seal on them like that. Makes it feel slightly more premium, but I just feel like this is going to be a janky product. Little QC test, cool. I don't know whose fingers are fitting in there. Maybe like my pinky, but even then, it's still kind of stuck in there. Okay, this is weird. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So instead of having a pop out button here, and yes, I still haven't changed this over. I'm actually planning on doing that today in my time. Instead of having this button here be the lever to pull that little post out, it is up here. I'm assuming because we're going to attach our Joy-Con 1 right here, and I guess that could get in the way of this button to release the Joy-Con. Wow, this is going to be interesting. Is it the same on this side? That went in super well. Seems pretty good. And, okay. Well, this is unfortunate. So this looks horrible, first of all. Let's turn it on. And as you can see, it's not connected because this feels weird. These do not have any sort of data connections, which makes sense for how cheap it was. I think it was like, I want to say it was like $10 for these things, which now seems a little expensive for a hunk of plastic and 4 magnets, a couple of hunks of plastic. But yeah, well, I mean, there's no point in using this in mouse mode because there is no mouse thing, but it's just like a cutout for where those go. So this unfortunately means that I'm not actually going to be able to use. Well, actually, does this Joy-Con have charge? Is this? Yep, both of these have charge. Okay, so I guess what we'll do is we will open up. I need to update my Switch too, but go controllers and change grip order. I've never actually connected Joy-Con 1 to the Switch 2. Okay, there we go. We're connected. I mean, it works. Will it work in ZA? Because it is the Switch 2 edition. Yeah, it works. Okay, cool. So from here, really all this does is connect it magnetically to the console. So it's just all in one. I see. I'm just so used to Switch 1. I was trying to slot it in like it's the Switch 1. I mean, it's pretty stable. It does go over the top and back of your console a little bit, so it's like really locked in there. So I'm not gonna try and force it because I don't really want to break my Switch 2. But as we swap to daytime, I mean, it works. I don't know who's wanting to use Switch 1 Joy-Cons on the Switch 2, so it doesn't really make sense to me. I've been shiny hunting in this area. I actually just caught this Trevenant. It is a Shalfa, as the kids are calling them. Pretty excited about that. But anyways, here are all the shinies that I've caught so far. Not all of these are shinies. Most of these are shinies. Anyways, I'm getting distracted. The only real reason I want this specifically is because of this controller. These are probably my favorite Joy-Cons that I own. I think they're the only real different Joy-Cons that I own. As far as like real Joy-Cons, I have, well, I'll just grab them. I have these ones, just the white ones that came with the OLED, but I have these cases from Play Vital that just snap over the top of them. They give them a little bit of a Game Boy Color booty here, and it's just a slightly more ergonomic. It feels better, whether it's attached to the console or not. So I typically would use these, or I would use the GameCube Joy-Cons that I got from Doyoki. I don't know if that's how you say it or not, but I really, really like these. It is so comfortable. It makes the Switch 1 look huge, and but it was so comfortable. And like, especially playing games like Pikmin, like GameCube controller specific games. And it's like even better now because the Switch 2 has GameCube games for NSO. I mean, I can use these, but I can't use them attached to the controller So I would rather just use any other of the million GameCube controllers I have. But in handheld mode, this would be nice to have. So that's why I was excited about these attachments, because I can do this, which just feels weird. Oh man, third party on third party. This is not great feeling. Son of a gun. That was interesting. But now the Switch 2 is going to be a freaking behemoth. See, that slides off awesome. But then we slot on this third party controller, and it is like I'm digging into my hand just to get that locked in. And now we're gaming. This is perfection. Oh, sorry. Oh, wait. I don't. These aren't connected. But that's the problem. Is I was really hoping that it would at least do charging, I'm pretty disappointed that there's no actual data connection between these two. And maybe it's just not something that Nintendo's going to allow that to happen. I don't know. I haven't really seen any third-party Joy-Cons as of recording for the Joy-Con 2 at least. So I don't know. Maybe it's just not doable yet, and that's why they don't have data connections, or they just wanted to just shoot it out there into the world as fast as possible. Because I get it. There are a lot of people like me who have a lot of different Joy-Cons. Like there's 3 sets of Joy-Cons here that I have just on this table. I have more in the other rooms. It would be nice to have them compatible with the Switch 2, which they are wirelessly for Switch 1 games. I don't think you can use these with actual Switch 2 games. I don't think you can use these with Donkey Kong Bonanza. I don't know. To be able to connect to your console and still use them is nice, and this is the best way to do it. But it's disappointing that there's no data connections, because these things are dead because I haven't used them in a long time, because I haven't used my Switch 1 in a long time. So I have to charge these up on a Switch 1 console to then play these on the Switch 2 wirelessly, even though I have them physically connected to my Switch 2. I can also charge them like a regular controller. I can slot them in here and then charge via USB-C, but still, I just can't charge it via the console directly, which is annoying. Yeah, that is this interesting product. It is by Mobapad, not the weirdest Chinese name, but yeah, there are a ton of other people that are selling this exact thing on AliExpress. I got this on AliExpress. Here's the listing and how much it costs, because I don't exactly remember. If I can find one that I know for sure has an actual data connection, I will leave it linked down below, and I'll put it on screen right now. But I'm assuming, since all of these are just flooding my AliExpress feed, it's probably all the same product that maybe has a slightly different look or just has a different fake brand name slapped on it. Yeah, it's cool, slightly disappointing. For my specific use case, if this had the data pins, I would probably actually use this specific setup for games like Pikmin, because I'm already ready for my 5th playthrough of Pikmin 1 on the Switch. And I'm probably not going to play it on my Switch 1, but I guess I could, to use these controllers specifically, because I love playing Pikmin 1 with these controllers. It's just the perfect way to play. But I'm sure there's probably going to be a company like Toyoki in the future that will make these Joy-Cons, but for the Switch 2, if they haven't made that already. And I'd rather not spend extra money on it, because it's just going to be like this. Go with data pins, I assume. And there's no point for me to spend extra money when I already have this. But then again, me being me, I could probably get another product sample for free for a review like I did with this one. After the performances of these latest GameCube controller videos that I've done, I don't know if I want to do another one. Okay, that's really it for this one. There's not much to it. So thanks for watching. Buy a shirt. See you in the next one.